Okay, today we are going to see a topic called as how to go for creation of your material master now. We were looking into our creation of master data. So this is also one kind of master data we are going to look into, our material master. Normally, like what is the T code we are going to use for creation of a material master is MM01 for your creation mode, MM02 for your change mode, MM03 for your display mode. So like usually this material will be created by your consultant, but like there are some specific views which should maintain by SD consultant. So we are going to look into 4 views. Basically we are going to look into your basic data 1 view, then after your sales log 1 view, sales log 2 view, plan general data, and your accounting view. If you are trying to maintain the data in these respective views, that is more than enough for your SD data, SD related data, this one. Because your material master will be used by your consultant, your SD consultant, your PP consultant, your PM consultant, your QM consultant, different modules guys will be using this master data. So for each and every respective module, we have some specific views which we need to maintain while going for creation of a material master. So we are going to see what are the different views we are going to maintain here. Okay, so just keep in mind that we are going to maintain your basic data 1, sales log 1, sales log 2, plan general data, and accounting data. So normally whatever the data we are maintaining will be stored in Mara table. One sec. So just getting back into your SAP. User account not invalidated. Okay, as I told you, like we need to go for creation of a material master. Just going to show you the path how we need to go. In your SAP Easy Access screen, you need to get into your logistics. Then after your material management. Then after here, you will be having your purchase material master, material, create general, immediately. Nothing but we are going for MM01 T code. So here if you are not in a position to display all these T codes over here, here you can see this option over here, extras, technical details or settings, display technical names. Again come back to your logistics, material management, master data, material, material general, MM01. You're able to see the T codes now?
Okay.
So if you're not getting any T codes anytime, just get into your extras, get into technical details, and make sure you check that box. Otherwise, click on settings. In settings, you will be seeing this display technical name. Select that option, click on continue. Again, you need to open the same path. Logistics, material management, material master, material general. So here you need to go for MM01, immediately creation of your material. So here, this is the initial screen which you are going to look into in your MM01. Bottom of the screen, you can see your T code is getting displayed. In which screen you are working on, that screen T code will be getting triggered over here. Now, usually we are not going to, if you want to maintain a name for your material, you can maintain that name over here. Otherwise, system is going to predefinedly give your material number after you are trying to save the document. If you want to give a name to your material, you can maintain that name field over here. For example, I'm selling rice. I want my name of the material to be as rice. I'm entering that name of the material and to which industry sector that rice belongs to. For example, it belongs to which industry, for which industry I'm working in. Your aerospace or your plant, construction, beverage, chemical, you can select in different industries. For example, I'm working in a retail industry, so I'm going to select my retail industry over here. The same way, if you're working in your telecom sector or food related products or mechanical engineering, depending upon the industry sector you're working, you can select that industry sector. Right now I'm working for an retailing industry. I'm selecting that industry as retailing industry and what kind of materials type should be there. For example, the different kind of material type will be there. ROH stands for your raw materials. How do you differentiate your different materials? Then after you will be having FERT for your finished product. In a plant or in a storage location, you will be having different kinds of products, right? Multiple thousands of products will be there. How you are going to segregate, like categorize each and every product? On what basis you are going to categorize each and every product? Based upon this material type. So all the time we need to, like a sales consultant will be working with your finished product all the time, because we are responsible for selling and finished product, right? Hello?
Okay.
Yeah, that's the reason in your material type, make sure you're going to select FERT, finished product. Okay, if you want to work with a raw material, nothing but you're using that raw material for producing a new product, then go for ROH. Raw material. In the same way, you're working with your semi-finished product, go for SM01 or HALB is there. HALB, your semi-finished product. Okay, if you're working with any trading goods, nothing but you're getting the goods and you're selling it. You're not doing any manufacturing as a commission agent. You're working as a commission agent, nothing but you're bringing the goods from one place and you're selling it to your customer, and you're trying to make some kind of commission out of that. At that time, you're going to work with your trading goods. Okay, all the time, make sure you need to work with your finished product itself. And for semi-finish, you're going to use HALB. Then after, for your trading goods, you're going to use HAVA. So these are the different material type. Mostly we are going to look into. All the time we are going to work with your FERT material type and your trading goods. These are the two common things we are going to work all the time. So here, enter your material type over here, FPRT. Your material type is there, getting enter. Now, when you click on enter, you can click on enter or you can click on select views. I'm just clicking on enter first thing. So it will be asking me what are the views you want to select it. As I told you, I'm going to maintain the data in my basic data 1, sales org 1, sales org 2, plan general data, accounting data. Because these are the views for each and every SD consultant should be knowing. Okay. For that purpose, there's a number of views will be there. As I told you, this material master will be used by your MM consultant, SD consultant, PP consultant, PM consultant, QM consultant. So number of views will be there. So all the views are not required for us. Only limited views will be used by your sales people. So for that reason, I'm going to select your basic data 1. And for specific to the sales, you can see your sales org data 1, sales org data 2, sales general plan data. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 views have been selected, and now one more view should be maintained. Nothing but your accounting 1 view. Okay. So I'm going to maintain my basic data 1 view, sales org 1 view, sales org 2 view, plan general data, accounting data 1 view. So these are the 5 views which I am going to maintain while I'm going for creation of my material master. Once you select it, now click on your organization levels. When you click on it, it's going to ask you for which plan, for which sales organization, for which distribution channel you want to go for creation of your material master. So enter your plant over here, your sales organization and your distribution channel. Once you enter the required fields over
2,300.
Sorry?
Plant is 2,300.
Yeah, but like I was copying from a standard.
No.
I have logged into a different server.
Okay.
So that server is out of validity date. I need to renew that one.
Okay.
Like I gave this whatever the server you are using, I'm working on that server right now.
Okay.
So you already created your enterprise structure?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, do one thing, just tell me what is the name of your plant. I'm going to work out in your enterprise structure itself.
Plant is KGFP.
Sorry?
KGFP.
KGFP. Your sales organization, same thing?
KGFM.
KGFM. Okay, and your distribution channel? DM.
Yes.
Once you enter the respective fields, nothing but your sales organization, distribution channel, click on continue. KGFP.
You just put KBFM. KBFP.
This one? This one, your sales org, KGFM?
Yes, sir. This is a Bombay. This is DM, sir, not MD.
Your sales organization, distribution channel, invalid sales area. So it's giving you a prompt message like no certain sales organization distribution channel is there. One sec. If you don't know like anything, you can get into your EC01T code, get into the structure, navigation. So what is your company code?
KGF1.
KP
KGF.
FM.
G.
G or G for God?
G for God, F. 1.
Kingfisher drinks. Okay. When you get into the details of it, okay, your company is there, KGF, controlling area KGF, your plant KBFP, your sales area KGFM. So your distribution channel is KG, FM, DL and DM. Okay. So everything is there. Your plant will be KBFP.
Yeah, that was actually mistyped.
Okay,
How
not
to change it, sir? Once we have entered it.
So you want to change the code for your plant?
B to KG. Yes, sir.
Nothing. You can
I have
go.
tried it.
Okay, just get into your SPRO. 1 second, I'm going to show you. Get into your SAP reference IMG. Into your enterprise structure. Definition. Material logistics general. It will be you can't change the code for your plant now because already you have copied it from your 2300. At the time of copying only, you need to do the respective changes. If you are done any mistake,
I have tried it, but okay.
Otherwise, like you need to select your respective plant, click on delete it.
Okay.
Click on delete it and again go for creation of your plant.
Okay. Okay.
So right now we are not going to work in that way. So already have selected the views, but you can see over here all the views are getting vanished. So I'm going to do one thing. I'm selecting the required views over here. I'm going to take this general plan data storage one as well. I'm going to explain into why we need for it, that one. Accounting one view. Make it as default value. Whenever you're selecting these views and putting it as a default value, by default, all this, whatever the selected views you have maintained is going to get displayed by default all the time. So just press that one. That's it. Now click on your organization level. Enter your respective plant. So what's your plant? KBFP. What is your storage location? FN01, RW01, SM01. I'm going to enter FN01, my storage location. My sales log will be KGFM and my distribution channel TM. So when you enter all the data, here also you can select it as a default values.
Okay.
KGFM and distribution channel is invalid. TL and DM is there. Okay, you didn't do any assignment for your sales area, distribution channel and plant?
Assignment I have done.
Didn't do assignments, sales. So once you enter the details, now click it on.
Company.
No, no, you did not assign all things or what? So here you can see by default your core for your material is coming as rice over here, because in our mainstream we maintain the material as rice, and here you can maintain your full description for that product. And if you're trying to skip the data, the system is not going to allow you, because this is going to be your mandatory entry. So I'm entering a name for that material rice and how you are going to sell your product. By tons, by kilos, or by each, you can select it by clicking on this drop down menu. You will be getting all the required entries over here. So how you want to send your product, you can sell it. For example, I'm selling the product by each or by a bag. So I'm going to select it, the respective thing over here. Right now I'm going to sell my product as each over here. So I'm going to take it each. That is nothing but basic unit of measure. How you are going to sell the product and how much the weight is going to cost you. You can maintain your gross weight and net weight. Gross weight is nothing but after packing. For example, it's costing you 100 kgs and net weight only for your material 90 kgs. Once you maintain that view, because you can see over here some radio buttons are getting activated, right? Nothing but these are all your selected views. Whatever the views we have selected, in that view you're getting displayed over here. These are the basic data view which we need to maintain compulsory, otherwise it's not going to get triggered. If you're not maintaining any data, it will be coming in this mode. Once you maintain the data, it will be coming in your continue green mode. Only thing, in your basic data one, you're going to enter what is the description of your material, then after your basic unit of measure, nothing but you are going to sell your product by each, by piece, by bag, whatever it may be. And here you can see general item category. This is going to play an important role while you're working with your sales order.
Okay.
At that time, we are going to see what exactly is going to, what you mean by this item category group. Only keep in mind, you need to enter your gross weight over here and net weight over here while you go for your creation mode of your material, basic data 1 view. Okay. Then after, you can go into your sales of 1 view and maintain the related things over here. Here you can see whatever the data you maintain in your basic data 1 is getting copied to your here and sales unit. Here you can specify like one box you are having 12 pieces. If you want to sell in a such manner, you can enter your piece sales unit. For example, I'm going to enter it as a box over here. So it's going to ask me one box is going to have how many pieces. For in a wholesale, if you want to sell it that way, you can enter 12 pieces, for example. Otherwise, your box is having only 2 pieces. You can maintain that 2 pieces over here. This is what it is called as conversion factor. In one box, how many pieces you want to sell it. You can keep it over there.
Okay.
Otherwise, you can leave this field as blank over here. That's what you mean by your sales unit. If you want your product to be sold as each, you can sell it. Otherwise, you don't want your product to be sold as each. You want to sell it is as a bulk. You can specify one box is equal to how many pieces.
Okay.
So here you can enter for which division you want to sell the product, under which division. So for example, like you're having different kinds of divisions over here. K2, K3, K4. For example, I want to sell my product only for K2. I'm going to maintain that division K2. Okay. Then after, you can say this X distribution channel status. If you want to block that material for a specific distribution channel, for your distribution channel DL, you can block it. Nothing but when you're trying to raise a sales order, you will be not getting this material because you're going to block it for sales, because you can block the material at different levels. If you're trying to block that material, sales not allowed. Only for self-procurement, we are using this material, not for selling the material. So that's the reason for the sales people, you can't sell this material. If you want to block any kind of material, we are going to maintain the status over here by selecting the respective views. Otherwise, you're selling this product, you don't want to keep anything, you can keep it as blank all the time. If you don't want to block this product, you can leave that blank. In the same way, for a specific distribution channel, from which date you want to block the material. For example, you're selling the product from today, but by November 1st, you want to block it. So you can select a date over here. From November 1st, this material is going to get blocked for respective distribution channel. For which distribution channel? For example, DL is your distribution channel. From 1st of November, this material should be getting blocked because we are not going to sell any more of this material. If you want to keep in that view, you can keep for which distribution channel and from which date you want to block that material, you can maintain that date over here. Okay?
Okay.
In the same way, from which plant you want to send the material to your customer, you can enter that plant over here. So your plant is KGFM, right?
FP.
KGFP.
KB, sorry. KB.
KBFP. So enter that plant, KBFP. And this is going to play an important role while your plant determination in your sales order. So how your plant is going to get triggered in your sales order through this delivery plant only is going to work out. Later we are going to see in detail like how your material is getting blocked, why your material is getting blocked. We are going to look into this field in details, but just keep in mind in your sales org one, you are going to maintain all these views over here. Okay. And here you can see minimum order quantity. Nothing but how many units you can take an order. While placing an order, if your customer is saying like, I want only 2 bags of rice. So you are going to put that 2 bags of rice. If the company is saying, no boss, I can't sell 2 bags of rice, minimum order quantity is 5. If you order 5 only, I can sell the product. Anything less than 5, I can't sell it. So you can keep how many minimum order quantity the customer has to place an order to you. You can enter that quantity over here. Same way, how many products you can deliver it to your customer, you can enter that minimum delivery quantity as well over here. You're getting it?
Okay.
So for your customer, if you want to give some kind of cash discounts, nothing but when if the customer is paying through cash, you're going to offer him 1% of discount. You can maintain this view over here, cash discount. If you're going to activate this field, then only for this material, you will be able to give cash discount to your customer. Otherwise, you can't give any cash discount to your customer.
Okay.
Okay, you can maintain that field. Conditions are there. You can enter what is your scale. Later we are going to work this one, not at the moment. So just keep in mind, in your sales log one date view, you need to maintain your basic unit of measure will be copied from your basic data. For which division you want to sell that material, you can maintain that division over here, and your sales unit. If you want to maintain your sales unit, one box is equivalent to your 12 pieces. You can maintain that sales unit over here. Then after, if you want that material to be blocked for a specific distribution channel, you can enter that distribution channel over here, and from which date you want to block that material, you can maintain the required entry over there. Then after, your delivery plant here. Now from which plant you need to send the goods to your customer. So from that delivery plant, I'm going to send the goods to my customer. This is my delivery plant. I'm going to maintain that data over here, and your delivery plant is going to play an important role while in your plan determination in your sales order. We are going to look into a sales order. Once we once we're done with your material, then we are going to look into our sales order, how this plant is getting determined in your sales order. And if you want to give any kind of cash discount to your customer, so you need to make sure this check mark is set, cash discount, if the customer is paying amount through cash or check. So here you can say next thing, your minimum order quantity. How much, like if your customer need to buy, like if the company policies, depending upon the company policies, if the company is saying that minimum you need to place an order of 5, you need to maintain that minimum order quantity over here. You're getting it?
Yeah.
Once you maintain the required data, now click on your sales of view. Here also nothing to do over here. Just we need to keep in mind that you will be getting your item category group as norm and your item category group as norm. This is also going to play an important role while you go for creation of your sales order. So at that time, we are going to work out what exactly you mean by this item category group over here. I'm not going to touch anything right at the moment. Just keep in mind, in your sales of view, you need to maintain your item category group as norm over here. That's it. Okay. Just next comes to your plan general, sales general plan view. So whatever the data we have maintained in different views will be getting copied over here. You can see your basic unit of measure is coming as each. Nothing but you are selling the product by each. And your gross weight, whatever you maintain, 100, your net weight 90. And in your availability check, just keep in mind you're going to use only 01 daily requirement at the moment. Nothing but daily you're getting the orders from your customers, and daily you're sending the order, like whatever the production quantity. So on a daily requirement, like to your production people, you're going to say that I need 100 bags of rice today. So daily you're going to send how much quantity you want to the production people, and production people will be doing that requirement, studying that requirement, and they are going to produce 100 bags of rice. So how much quantity you want daily, you need to give that order quantity to your production. So it's asking me availability check. Nothing but just keep it as 01 daily requirement. Daily you are going to send an communication or you are going to send the information to your production people. I need 100 bags of rice. So daily they are going to produce 100 bags of rice. If today you are saying 100 bags, tomorrow you are saying I required only 20 bags. So tomorrow if you are going to say 20 bags, those production people will be working on those only 20 bags. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
You're getting it, right?
Yes, yes.
So this is going to be an integration topic between your LC and PP. We are going to work out how your availability check concept will be getting triggered in the later classes. So in the same way, your transportation group is there. How you want to send the goods to your customer, through container or through shipment or through truck. So using the transportation group, you can maintain that data. So I'm going to send the goods, for example, by truck. So select that option, transportation group by truck. And how you are going to load your truck. Person is going to put each and every bag in the truck, or you're going to use a forklift, or you're going to use a crane. How you want to load that truck, you can your wish.
No.
So by your person by person, each and every person will be carrying one bag and is going to upload the truck. So I'm going to use manual option.
Okay.
Only this field sorry, only this views like this fields we need to maintain in your general plan data. Nothing but your availability check, your transportation group, and your loading group.
Loading group.
Okay. Then after, get into your accounting one view. Or sorry, I forgot to maintain this plan data storage one. Here, this is also going to play an important role for your storage location determination. How your storage location is getting triggered in your sales order, we are going to work out by maintaining this view over here. Just keep in mind, in your plan data storage one, you're going to maintain your storage conditions as 0, 1. That's it. So most of the things, when we work with a sales order only, at that time, all the data will be getting triggered. Something, just keep in mind, we are going to work this one in your sales order level. So we are going to maintain the data in your storage locations conditions at 0, 1 over here at the moment. That's it. In your plan data storage one view. Now comes your accounting one. Here you need to maintain your valuation class as 7920. This is an in-depth concept of your not required for us. Just keep in mind, for your finished product, you're going to maintain your valuation class. How you're going to evaluate your material. At plant level you're going to maintain, or at your company code level, or at client level. Because you need to know how much money you have invested for this rice. For that purpose, whether it's going to be a finished product or raw material or semi-finished product, how you are going to identify because of this valuation class. For finished product, we are going to maintain a valuation class of 7920. That is the standard which we are going to follow. And what is your manufacturing cost for one bag of rice? For example, your for manufacturing one bag of rice, it's taking you 400 rupees. This is not going to be your selling price, only your manufacturing cost. Getting it?
Okay. Yeah.
Just keep in mind, for finished product, you need to maintain your valuation class as 7920, and because you can see over here the standard price. This is going to be your standard material. All the time you're going to use this material, so you need to enter your standard price. What is your price of that material? This is going to be your manufacturing cost. This is not going to be your selling price.
Okay.
Enter the required views, click on enter. It's going to ask you if you want to save the data, click on yes. So your material price has been created. So this is the way how you go for creation of your material. If you want to do any changes in your material created, get into your change mode, /n mm02, enter your material rice and click on enter. If you by default, you're getting your views because I have selected the views and I clicked on default values. That's the reason all the default
Okay.
entries has been getting triggered. When I click on organization levels, here you need to enter all the data.
Okay. Let's see.
No need of maintaining your valuation type. Enter your sales org, distribution channel, and you don't want to re-enter the data all the time. Just making a default value once again.
Okay.
So all the data is getting displayed over here. Now click on continue. So you are able to see all the data you have maintained in your RISE. If you want to do any kind of changes, for example, I'm entering some kind of name over here for doing the changes. I have done some changes, clicking on enter. Now click on save.
Okay.
So whatever the changes you have done is going to get highlighted once again. So once you've done the changes, then only you're going to see bottom of your screen material RISE change, because you have done some changes in your RISE field. In the same way,
Okay.
if you want to look into any fields in display mode, get into MM03 mode, display material, enter your material name, click on enter. You will be getting this all views. Click on continue. Enter the respective data. By default, now you can see over here, by default it's getting triggered over here. I'm not entering any kind of data over there.
Okay.
Now click on continue. So all the data will be in the display mode. You can't do any changes here.
Okay.
So you can see everything is in the display mode itself.
Okay.
Okay, this is how you go for creation of your material master. Just I'm going to give you the controls. So go for creation of